Shirley Temple. She was more than a movie star. She was a global phenomenon, the dimpled, curly-haired icon who sang and danced her way into the hearts of millions during the Great Depression. But what happens when America's sweetheart becomes your mom? From quiet private lives and distinguished careers in government to the raw, underground world of grunge rock, their paths diverge in ways you might never expect. Number 3. Linda Susan Agar, the private first daughter. Born on January 30th, 1948, in Santa Monica, California. Her mother was Shirley Temple, then a young woman navigating life after her meteoric child stardom, and her father was actor John Agar Jr. Linda Susan's birth was a huge event, but her parents' marriage was a challenging one, strained by the pressures of fame and John Agar's reported issues with alcohol. They divorced when Linda Susan was just an infant, and Shirley was granted custody. In December 1950, Shirley Temple married Charles Alden Black Sr., a decorated naval officer and accomplished businessman. Charles Black adopted Linda Susan, and she became widely known as Susan Black. He was a stable, loving father figure throughout her life. The family, which would soon include her half-siblings Charles Jr. and Lori, was complete. Unlike many celebrity children, Susan did not pursue a career in the spotlight. Her most notable public performance was as a child on her mother's 1958 television series, Shirley Temple's Storybook, alongside her siblings. But after that, she largely retreated from public view. Her mother once proudly mentioned in an interview that, "My daughter Susan is a lovely gal." Graduated last June as an art history major from Stanford University. Susan married Roberto Falaschi, the son of a Foreign Service officer, on October 8, 1975. They had one daughter, Teresa Falaschi, now Teresa Caltabiano, born in 1980. Teresa, Shirley Temple's granddaughter, became an English teacher and has occasionally spoken publicly about her admiration for her grandmother. Linda Susan and Roberto Falaschi later divorced in 1984. There's been some confusion about Susan's later life. Some genealogical records incorrectly state she passed away in 2000. However, this is contradicted by strong evidence. Her stepfather, Charles Alden Black Sr., XES, 2005, obituary clearly lists Susan Falaschi of Menlo Park, California, as a surviving daughter. Furthermore, upon Shirley Temple's death in 2014, Susan was again listed as a survivor, and a heartfelt quote attributed to Linda was released, saying her mother was devoted and generous. She was all about her children and her husband. Number 2, Charles Alden Black Jr., the diplomat's son and legacy steward, born on April 28, 1952, in Washington, D.C. His father, Charles Sr., a decorated World War II naval officer, had been recalled to service for the Korean War. Charles Jr.'s paternal grandfather was the president of the major California utility, PG&E. This was a family of civic leaders and business titans. Growing up on the San Francisco Peninsula, Charles Jr. also had a brief appearance on Shirley Temple's Storybook. He was educated at the prestigious Hotchkiss School, then Santa Clara University, where he earned a BS in political science. He continued his studies at several elite institutions, including the Monterey Institute of Foreign Studies, programs at MIT/Harvard Law, and Tufts University's Fletcher School of Law and Diplomacy. This extensive education paved the way for a distinguished career in public service and international business. He spent about 15 years based in Washington, D.C., serving in the Commerce Department, the State Department, and the Executive Office of the President. He also represented U.S. and foreign clients in international business dealings. Later, he transitioned to real estate in his native California, working with Alain Pinel Realtors. Since Shirley Temple's passing in 2014, Charles Jr., alongside his sister Susan, has taken on a visible and thoughtful role as a steward of their mother's legacy. They were involved with the Love Shirley Temple Museum exhibit and the auctions of her memorabilia, wanting to share her joyful legacy with her fans. Charles Jr. has emphasized that his mother's proudest career was raising her family. He shared, "She and Dad did such a wonderful job raising us. We had family vacations and dinner every night together. What you saw is what you got." She was a genuine, authentic, lovely, interested person. Like his sisters, Charles Jr. has maintained a very private personal life. There's no public information regarding his marital status or any children. Number 1, Lori Black, Lorax. From Good Ship Lollipop to grunge rock. Born on April 9, 1954 in Santa Monica, is Shirley Temple's youngest child. Her life path took a turn that was, in a word, unexpected. If Shirley Temple's image was the Good Ship Lollipop, Lori's was the raw, heavy, distorted sound of sludge metal. Buzz Osborne, the frontman of the highly influential grunge pioneers, the Melvins, dated Lori and lived with the family for a time. He described the Black household as unbelievable, filled with amazing artifacts, but also kind of weird and straight and conservative, proper. He noted Charles Black Sr. was ex-CIA and uber right-wing. Shirley herself once sadly recalled having to give up her drum set as a child because it wasn't ladylike. This controlled and conservative environment might have been the backdrop for Lori's later rebellion. Around 1987, Lori, using the stage name Lorax, became the bassist for the Melvins, replacing Matt Lukin, who left to form Mudhoney. She was a key part of the band during a pivotal period. Her bass playing featured on several classic Melvins releases that helped define their unique, heavy sound. Ozma, 1989. Bullhead, 1991. The Eggnog EP, 1991. Your Choice Live Series, 012, 1991. She is credited on their 1993 major label debut, Houdini, but Buzz Osborne has since said she didn't actually play much, if at all, on that album. Lori's departure from the Melvins around 1993 was complicated. It coincided with the end of her romantic relationship with Buzz Osborne. He stated bluntly, "I basically got sick of her, dumped her, just rid her from my life completely." He also cited her perceived laziness. Osborne also told a story about how, after the Melvins signed to Atlantic Records, Lori's father, who had previously shown no interest, became really nasty and insisted Lori stay in the band, which Osborne felt was because the band was now legitimized. Lori's life during this period was also marked by personal struggles. There are widespread reports of a 1993 drug bust and her battle with heroin addiction. The contrast between Shirley Temple's daughter and the gritty reality of the punk scene and addiction was stark. Rumors even circulated that she had died of an overdose in 1998, but these were refuted. After leaving the Melvins, Lori Black largely vanished from public life. It's been